Back in 2016, I moved to the state of New Jersey, chasing a job opportunity as a draftsman for a luxury custom cabinet company located just about 30 minutes outside of Times Square, New York. At that point in my life, I was 24 years old, I'd done a lot, and I thought I knew it all. But I also had a lot of problems that, later on in life, I realized I'd been running from for many years. My first day on the job, I realized that everything I'd ever done throughout my entire life had led me up to that point. On day one, I ended up reprogramming a line of code for the boot sequence on a beam-saw computer. The machine had the blue screen of death, but was back up and running within minutes of me walking through the front door. On day two, I was in the field tearing apart a master bathroom and prepping the walls for sheetrock later that day. Taking a personal bet on the potential he thought I had at the time, the owner of this company, Steve, took me under his wing and decided to teach me everything he knew about the business of luxury kitchen and bath renovations. And it was at this moment that the roots of Son of an Irishman began to grow. Steve was the second generation owner of his company, with his dad, Matt, being the first. Matt came to the US back in the 70s straight from Ireland and started his company right away. Steve later took it over in the 90s and grew it from a sub-$1 million company into a record-setting $7+ million a year design firm. Steve is as much of an Irishman as you can imagine, and in taking me under his wing, he became a father to me in every way possible. Not only did he take me in, but he and his family took me, my wife, and my family in. It was the kind of fatherly love that one really has to know to truly understand. When I first got to New Jersey, I was lost in so many ways. But Steve and his father could see things in me that I was never able to see within myself, and the two of them led me to where they thought I ought to be. They brought me out from under some pretty dark places, and in very real ways saved my life. In 2021, circumstances hit my plate and I was forced to relocate back to Chattanooga, not wanting to forget all I'd gained under Steve, or lose the skills that I'd developed under his company. I decided to pay homage to my roots and start my own operation in honor of Steve himself. Once again, I realized that everything I'd ever done throughout my entire life was leading me up to this point. Steve gave me all the tools I needed to take this step, and it took me taking this step to truly realize all he'd given me. Son of an Irishman is more than custom cabinets. It's more than a design and build firm. It's more than solving a problem. It's a direct, linear heritage of hard work, of true dedication, of commitment to staying the course and figuring things out. It's standing on the docks of the New York City port after just arriving to the States and not knowing what to do or where you're going to go, but making it happen anyways. It's teaching a son how to think with his head and build with his hands and all that comes with it. It's taking a chance on a young kid from 1,000 miles away and trusting that between the two of you, nothing is impossible. It's doing what I can today to ensure the security of my family tomorrow. That's how Son of an Irishman came to be.